Right, today I'm going to I'm going to change the steering rack on the Lexus CT200H. It's got a little bit of rattle on this side. I've already started doing it, but what I'll do is I'll show you what I've done, as I forgot to do the video, so I've already started it. So yeah, first what I've done was obviously jack the vehicle up, take the plastic under tray off, which goes underneath here, along here. But you've got under the bolts that are on here to take the front section off, to get that one off, so you can have a clear view of the steering rack. As you can see, it's a clear view. Once I've done that, I took off the track roll arms, loosen them off here, there, and same on the other side. And the bolt, this bolt here, to the steering rack, which goes there, which is one on either side. I've taken the rubber covering off over the steering rack, steering arm, and I'm going to undo that 30mm bolt to loosen that, and then to take that off so it can release it from the steering. What I've done with the rubber though, which is easier, rather than let it hang down and get in your way, I've actually pulled it through. I'll show you, which is easier. It's got like a metal bracket surround on it. Just take it off. As you see, the metal brackets, I'll put a light on in here. So you've got to take the carpet off, obviously, so you can see it there. You see that metal bracket there that holds it in place in that hole. But what I've done is I've actually took the bracket off from the rubber itself here. Okay, around it, because it goes inside the rubber, this metal thing. And then I pulled it through the hole here. So I pulled the rubber through, so it doesn't get in my way down there when I undo that. What I've also done is keep the steering wheel straight. Is I've put the seat belt on there like that, just to keep it straight from there, so it doesn't turn around. We don't want it to turn. We don't want it to turn full circle. Turn that full circle, then you're in trouble. So if you keep it straight, it can't turn. Well, it can turn, but it ain't going to turn full circle. Just in case, be on the safe side. So I've done that, and then what I'll do is I'll track it later on. So what I'm going to do next, well I've also undone, just so is the engine mount, which is this one here. I've undone the bolts that go there. There's 4 bolts on there as well. I've had this off before, and I had an issue where it was the wrong one. But what I had to do is, because I've got this cat lock, as you can see, they covered over the holes. Yeah, that's the main dealer, Lexus. They cover over the holes. So what I had to do, I had to bend that back, cut that, so to allow entry into the holes. And now it's okay, I can go into, so I can get into them holes. As you can see, there's 4 bolts that hold that engine mount together. I'm debating whether to jack the engine up, or I might just loosen that bolt here, that one there, to separate the engine, which I might, yeah, I'll take that bolt off there next, and it's gonna, it should allow this to be free, because that needs to, it's gonna have to raise slightly to get this steering rack slid through, otherwise you're not going to get it through that hole. That's what it is, because it's quite a tight hole there, so we need to lift it a bit, as you can see. All right. What else have I done? Just to keep you updated. I'm not updating you, I'll keep you on track of what I've done. So yeah, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do that. I'm going to release track roll arms and loosen off the rack and get some play on it, and we can see we can move it around, and I'll show you in there that you ain't going to be able to get it through unless we lift that up. All right, so just come back. Okay, what I've done is I've undone the bolt that goes on there. Mine was a 12 mil, so you know, it's not a 13 mil, it's 12 mil. I don't know whether someone's changed the bolt or not, but yeah. What we do is just got to prise that up. It should come off like that. See it coming off. There you go. That's going to be off, so I'll pull that off with hand in a minute. Then we're going to knock these out as well. Well, a bit of a harder knock. Okay. Right hand. Yep, that's one. Two. Another tip, my advice to you would be, if you want to use these bolts again, which I don't, I've got new ones, when you screw them back onto that, just screw them back upside down like that, and then knock it on that side so you don't damage the cram. I can still straighten that cram back up if I wanted to, but I'm not going to use these bolts again anyway. Yeah, that's another tip. As you can see, that is out now. And now it's a matter of sliding this out, but you ain't going to get it out through that hole. So that bit there, trying to get through, you ain't going to get that through. So I'm going to need to undo that. Oh, as I said, I undone the 4 bolts that are underneath there, holding that engine mount. So what I'm going to do is release the engine mount itself, which is that 17 mil bolt there. So I've got a long extension lead, so I've got 1 and 2 more. I'm going to extend it and just undo that bolt, and it should loosen that mount. Just going to do that now. And as you can see, the bolt is out. There it is, bolts there. I mean, look at the amount of extensions I mean, I've got these extensions here. I've used a few to get to it. Probably there's another way of getting to it from inside there, but I've got these extensions, so I've just used them. It's easier. It was quite tight in getting it off, but it's off now. And I'm just going to go underneath the car and show you. I think I've got to prise it up and show you that it's loose. Okay, there we go. That's the engine mount there. So now it's come away from that top bolt there. As you see, there's a couple of bolts at the back. They have to come off there. So that's off and out of the way now. You see that? Off and out of the way, we'll be able to slide that out. Later on, when we line that hole up back to that, there's another tip to do. I'll show you if I don't get around to showing you. Is obviously put it in there, trying to get a screwdriver and line the hole up using another levering tool as well. But yeah, I've got that out there, so I'm going to try and slide it out. I wonder if I can do it while I'm videoing. Let's have a look. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to slide it around this way. So it's still in the way, so I'm going to show you the video there. So it's still in the way there, you see. It's not coming through, so I need 2 hands. I'm going to go over there and just lift that up a little bit and then drag that through. I'm going to show you when it's out. Yeah, the steering rack is out now, as you can see. As you can see, the 2 bolts I mentioned to you there, there's 2 bolts that go down in there. down into the subframe, and then there's 2 bolts there. So instead, obviously, for the nuts underneath and then for the bolts. So just gonna try lift it up over that, out of the way. Use a screwdriver. Just see it's out of the way. It slid out nicely. That side, I'll show you the two, compare them. As you can see, that's my new one, and the old one there. Originally, this one here, I've got the new one. When I went to change it originally, this was quite a few months ago, it wouldn't fit. Right, so ready to slide this steering rack in. It's a nice clear gap there for us to slide it in. Oops. So I'm gonna have to go in there and use 2 hands again to lift that up, lift the engine mount up, so bear with me. As you can see, it's all in there now. As you can see, it's in there. So when I went underneath the car and gave it a little twist up to get that knuckle through that little hole, so you might have to twist it and then put it through. But here we go, so we've done that now. So now it's a matter of bolting it all up now. So I'm going to do now, so I'm going to get the long bolt that goes into there. That one there, which is this one here. There you go, straight through. Just going to put them on loose from now. Just so it holds it in place. So I'm going to go around and do the other side. Right, put the track rod arms on, as you see. I've counted the thread size from there and also measured it, make sure they're the right ones. So I've counted the thread size, and what I have to do is take the old ones off. This one here, say for instance, I've counted how many times this turned to come off, which was 19 times on this side for some reason, and 10 times on the other side. But I will adjust the track in, and I'll probably do more on that side if it needs adjusting to that. So I think it's probably just a level, keep this level, because obviously you see that's not in the centre. So that's the way I've done that. It's on the safe side, and hopefully it's going to be all right. I'm just going to go and tighten a few bolts underneath it now. So I'm going to put the engine mount back on. Just need to do that. Need to line that up with the holes. We might need to jack the engine up as well to get that hole, this one lined up. Yeah, so let me just give that a go. Right, I've put it in this end so you can see the bolts are in and it's lined up. But as you can see, that hole, I'm going to stick a screwdriver and see if I can line it up. So if I don't, it's going to be getting another little jack out, but let's see if I can line that up. Nope, it actually moves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another little trolley jack out and just try and line that up. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, I've got myself a little jack. Well, it's quite a big jack. And I'm going to jack it up on the engine block, but I know you're not supposed to jack up on the engine block, but we're not going to do is jack the whole car. We're just going to lift its engine slightly. So I put a bit of wood there to protect the block, and I've put it on the section of the seam of the block rather than in the middle of the block. So it's only going to need to be moved a little bit. Just checking it up. See what I see down there. Have a little look. See how far out we are. Well, ain't too bad. Doesn't look too bad. I can give it a go. Might not have it. So see that straightens it up a little bit in there. It's got a bit of play because I'm not bolted down yet. Oh, so it's saying if you look. It's got a bit of play because I haven't bolted it down yet. Right, I've got that bolt in there, as you can see. So it makes sense. Don't when you put the engine mount back onto the subframe, don't bolt it up first. So it's loose. It's quite loose and shaky, and you can move it about a bit and line that hole up even better. Now I'm gonna go and bolt the engine mount up back onto the car itself. So yeah, so now I'm gonna just put that bit bolt back on up there. But the engine mount's gonna bolt these back up. You see, it bolts all through now. So let me just do that. Come back to it. Right, now I've put them bolts back in. Why my camera's so blurry? As you see, I'm just going to let the jack down, obviously, before I tighten them up. So we're going to let the jack down, and then we're going to tighten those bolts up. Okay, I've put the bolt back on for the steering column. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tighten all the bolts. Just pushing that one there and the other on the other side for the steering rack itself. So I'm going to do that now. So yeah, bear with me on this one. Right, so I've got everything back together. Everything's tightened up. I've not done the inside rubber under the steering column yet, but as you see, everything is tightened up the way it should be. So what I'm going to do is I've got this little thing here. These two little brackety looking things here. I'm going to try and track it up. So I'm going to put these on and do the tracking on it. So it goes on there. Try and get it level as much as you can. So yeah. I'll show you. I'm going to bolt it up and I'll show you. Okay, so this is how I put the brackets on. Track brackets, where you need 2 tape measures. We also need to make sure that steering wheel is aligned straight the way we want it. Hold it in with a seatbelt, you see. So what we do, okay, so now the brackets are on, you see, put it on with one bolt there holding it in. I've got some spacers on this car, so you really want to try and get it flush to the hub itself to give you an accurate reading. Make sure that your steering wheel is straight as well where you want it, because you're going to have to do some adjustments. And as you can see, I've got two tape measures on it. So these two tape measures need to have the same reading. So we're looking at the reading along here, as you see. Look at the reading along here. Two different tape measures, but I measure the same. So I'm going to start doing some adjustments. Adjust it from this one here. So let's just see how we go. Right, so what I need to do is adjust it a bit more. As you can see, that's 162.5, and that's 163.5. So I'm going to adjust it a bit. So I'm going to adjust it from the other end, because I turned it more 19 times on the other side and only 10 on here. So I'm just going to go around the other side, adjust it just a little bit more. So try and get that straight, so that's going to turn as well, but straighten it back up again because it's getting stuck there. So don't let it twist around, you don't want to damage it. It's too tight now. Okay, just going to have a look at that measuring unit. Excuse me there. This is asking if I wanted any lunch. Of course I want lunch. Getting a bit hungry out here. Right. What I've done is I moved the tapes around to this side. And this is where I'm adjusting it from. And I've already said to you I've adjusted from here, this side, because I turned it on it turned quite a few turns to get it on this side. So I'm just going to reduce it, adjusting it on this side. Looking at that, we're looking at 163 it's on, as you can see, and this one's on almost on 163, just a little bit more of an adjustment. Right, they're both reading 163, as you see there. Excuse the noise, someone's going past with their car with some dodgy music, and there's 163 on that side as well. Hopefully this tool works. Okay, let's see. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the bolts up, these, to lock it in position, both sides. Right, so now I'm going to try and put this in here back together. It's just a matter of pushing it all back out. I brought it all in and try and line it up like so. Getting that out. That's it. So push that all out, put that bracket back onto it, and then bring it back in again. Alright, put that back in. As you can see, there's like a clip on the top. You just put it through. The metal bracket's got to go around the rubber, in the inside of the rubber, and then you just bring it back, and that little bottom clip just clips in. Right, so obviously you have to try and get the shape correct with the metal bracket. It's like it's shaped, so you can see the type of shape. But if you go around to the steering rack, you will see there's only one way it can actually go on. I'll show you. If you see that little hole there, see, it'll just slot into there, so you know it's that side. So when you do get it in there, you know, just make sure you put it on properly, because if you don't, you're probably going to get water and your car's going to be damp. So yeah, just keep it watertight and airtight. So that bit's done now. Just going around checking all the bolts, make sure the bolts are all tight, everything that I've done. Okay, I'm going to put the under tray back on. So yeah, all looks good. Okay. Okay, so that's what I've done there. So I've put the under tray back on. New clips, because obviously I broke the clips. New clips in there. Bolted this bit back, this front section here. Back on, so it's obviously little bolts, just to try and remember where they all go. All straightforward, put it back together. So that is back on there. I'm going to get the wheels back on the vehicle and see how we go with that.